My name's John Hillary. I'm the Executive Director of War on Want, and we're here as part of the UK food sovereignty movement to protest against this new alliance for food security and nutrition, which is David Cameron's Hunger Summit behind us here at Unilever House. And the new alliance is basically a corporate investment initiative designed to hand over African agriculture and African farmland to big multinational corporations like Monsanto, Unilever, Yara, DuPont and Syngenta. And the idea is that over time, these companies will take over African agriculture. And instead of smallholder farming, you'll see big plantation monocultures. And that's in the long run going to be incredibly damaging for food security, for food sovereignty, and for the livelihoods of the rural poor in Africa. That's why we're against it.
Behind us, David Cameron and world leaders are talking about what they regard to be solutions to world hunger, the fact that so many people in the world every day haven't got enough food to eat. But we're out here to say that their solutions are not real solutions, they're not people's solutions, they're about handing over the world's food supply to global corporations and to the free market. And we've seen over the last 200 years that when that happens, far more people go without food, because the problem in the world today is not there is not enough food in the world, there is enough food in the world. The problem is the supply, distribution and production chains, and the fact people don't control the food that they have. It's controlled by big corporations and financial sector companies.
In defiance of the new alliance!
Food sovereignty now!
In defiance of the new alliance!
Food sovereignty now!
In defiance of the new alliance!
Food sovereignty
In
now!
defiance of the new alliance!
Food sovereignty
In
now!
defiance of the new alliance!
Food sovereignty now!
In defiance.
So I'm Ketana from Friends of the Earth, and we're here today protesting against the G8's new alliance on food and nutrition, because we think it is an unacceptably cynical positioning of the G8 to try and end hunger, to sidestep what they really need to do, which they can do right now. So things like scrapping biofuels targets, addressing overconsumption of meat and factory farming. They can regulate investors to stop land grabbing, and they can spend the money that they have actually supporting smallholder farmers in Africa. Instead, they're handing over almost 400 million pounds of taxpayers' money to huge multinational companies and getting countries in Africa to essentially privatize their seed supply and their entire food systems, which is going to displace thousands of people and actually push many, many more into hunger. So it's a charade. And we need to tell them what they really should be doing.
I'm from Germany. I'm from a faith-based NGO there, and we have protested against the G8 New Alliance also for the last year. We are worrying especially because we see that our governments here in Europe increasingly are baking this new alliance and become an active part of it. They behave like brokers between corporate interests and African governments, which is a huge danger, we think, for the African people and for the small farmers over there in particular.
I'm Patrick Mulvaney. I chair the UK Food Group, and we're most concerned that this so-called new alliance for food security and nutrition, this G8 charade, is a distraction. It's a distraction from the main activity that all should be concerned with. Everybody should be behind the democratic UN Committee on World Food Security, the CFS, which engages all governments, many other actors, and particularly civil society, smallholder farmers, fishers, pastoralists, people who know how to grow food, people who feed most people in the world, people who are trying to realize food sovereignty. That's where the action is, and that's what they should be doing. They should be supporting that democratic process, not holding up with the world's largest agribusiness corporations that are intent on spreading GMOs across Africa.
I'm Jadwiga Łopata, and I'm coming from Poland and representing International Coalition to Protect Polish Countryside. Basically, we came here to support African peasant farmers, because I represent the Polish peasant, and we know exactly how corporations are destroying us, and we know the corporations are destroying every peasant farming all over the world. So we are supporting farmers in Africa.
My name is Julian Rose. I'm from the Hardwick Estate. I'm the owner of organic farm on the Hardwick Estate. I'm also president of the International Coalition to Protect the Polish Countryside. I'm here to join other people in protesting against this concept of a new alliance of neo-colonialists imperialists, banker cabals which are trying to carve up Africa probably for the second or third time in the last 200 years. The problem really is that, Mr. Cameron and his crew don't understand what agriculture is about. Otherwise, England would be performing differently than it currently is. I mean, England currently is still leading the industrial agricultural world, promoting genetically modified food, agribusiness, monocultures, very poor quality supermarket food, and they think that they can move into other parts of the world, and that's the message for them too, and it's a massive scandal. In fact, it's happening at the same time as the meeting at the Bilderbergers at a hotel in Watford. All the top Illuminati characters who are behind the banking scams, the agrochemical scams, the pharmaceutical scams, the oil magnates of the world are all meeting right now at the same time, having exactly the same discussion. So the world has to wake up and fast if we're going to really save the planet and save sustainable farming, and particularly small and medium-sized family farms, which are the source of the majority of the world's reasonable food quality.
Hi, my name is Graciela Romero. I'm work from War on Want, and we are here to protest against Cameron giving away 395 millions of UK aid money to corporations in the name of eradicating hunger in Africa. But the real winners of this giveaway will be corporations like Monsanto, Cargill, SAP-Miller. They are the ones who are taking all the profits for this new alliance, a new alliance for food security and nutrition in Africa.
I'm Christine Haig. I'm here from the World Development Movement, and the reason that we're supporting the action today against the Hunger Summit and the New Alliance is because, contrary to what the G8 would like us to believe, the Hunger Summit and the New Alliance for Food Security and Nutrition, which is the G8 project being discussed there, is, rather than being able to stop hunger, is actually going to exacerbate it. It's going to do that by both using UK aid money to support projects where the beneficiaries are multinational corporations, not people who need more to eat, and it's going to support those companies in another way by requiring African countries to make life easier for these multinationals at the expense of the world's poorest people.
It's obvious they're going to meet in a huge corporations building because that's who they're giving the responsibility to feed the world to. But in reality, today, the world is 70% of the world is being fed by small-scale farmers still. And we need to ensure that they stay on the land with their skills. Therefore, it's the farmers that need to have the land rights and the communities that share the farming economy to have land rights to stop the land grab, which we're seeing from these corporations all over the world today.
Well, we believe that most of the world's food today is produced by small-scale peasant farming, but that way of life is seriously under threat from the way that land is appropriated by big corporations and by states, and the kind of corporate approach to food security is not one that we believe in, because we think food is a basic human right. Everyone needs food, and we don't need to have that as a profit-making thing. We just need to make it a sustainable shared thing for everyone in the world. So we can all grow a bit of our own food. We can have much stronger connection with where our food comes from, and that means that's better for us, it's better for the environment, and we just don't need these big corporate agribusiness solutions that are being promoted in the sort of corridors of power today.